Hello, YouTube family. Welcome to our channel. This channel deals with the FatFIRE journey of a family. Our FatFIRE goal is $5 million US. So, how we came to this number? So, we want in retirement, based on the 4% rule, to come to a yearly income of $200,000 or 16,500 per month. That will align with our expected expenses, and we'll go through our expenses later on in this video and making sure how our alignment sits there. So a little bit about us. We are two working parents, mainly W-2 based income, with three young children, ages 4 till 8, two girls and one boy, and we live in a high cost of living area, which would explain some of our expenses. We plan on retiring in a high cost of living area, so our expenses should be aligned with that as well. So a little bit about how we save for the bid expenses, and the reason for that it will be apparent later on in the video. So we budget $500 per month that we put into an account that deals with the large expenses. So such as property taxes, roof, large car repairs, things of that nature. As you can see, this nest egg continues to grow along the years, and we had a big expense this month, and I'll deal with that once I get to the expenses section. So our top three expensive of February. Childcare tops the list. This has pretty much been the standard ever since COVID hit. It's a little bit higher this month due to prepaying some summer camp expenses. Second on top of after that is home. Home is usually not this high. The reasons why it's this high this month and will be high the next couple months as well. We are replacing our roof, which is a project that will cost about $17,000. We have received multiple bids and they're pretty much all in that range. So we chose a company that has this experience, plus they have a bit broader experience, so we might work with them again in the future. And healthcare on top of that, normal expensive, a few doctors, a few medicines. We are in a high deductible healthcare plan. So at the beginning of the year, this is going to be high until we reach our deductible. And this expense should taper off once we get to the second half of the year. So, like I mentioned last time, the cost of meat is a big chunk of our food related expenses. And during the following years, we expect meat to become even more expensive. And with the rise of fake meats and fake cheeses, of things of that effect, we are trying to change our diet to be more cost effective in the long run, both for us and for our kids. There's an added side of that of health increasing our health, which might reduce our healthcare cost. But since we're a bit older, this is more geared towards our kids' health, less towards our health. So this month we were looking at beans, the ways to do them, Mexican style, French style, etc. What we found was useful was the Louisiana-based red beans. There's a lot of different recipes, and it really adds flavors to the beans that we found that we don't need to supplement even fake meat in this sort of recipes. So I think beans are going to be a staple in our diet. Going forward, we'll try different culinary aspects of beans going forward. The rest of our expenses, food usually tops the list. After that, utilities, this is natural gas for heating. Winter months, it's a bit higher. Restaurant dining out, we ate 2 pizzas this month. That's about it. Shopping is normal stuff. Valentine's Day hit this month, so we had to buy some presents there. Not times that by 5 since we have 3 kids. Transportation, this is basically gas. There's no other expenses during this COVID, so we hardly drive anywhere and all of that nature. So that's why travel is about zero. Phone is a big sticking point. During COVID, we don't travel, we don't take phone calls as much as we used to. So this is basically just maintenance of the line. We are on Google Fi network, which means there's a set amount to pay per month. We're looking under other options that have a more pay-per-use versus a high base pay of the plan. So that brings our total expense of the month to $14,222. Quite high, but about 5,000 out of that is the roof that comes in from our rainy day big expense fund. Um, so we expect this number to remain high for at least a couple of months until we get into the summer where childcare expenses should be lower and the roof and taxes will be finished by then. So our debt still at zero. We have enough cushion now to maintain this debt zero. Uh, we have thought about taking a loan in order to pay for the roof and playing the arbitrage game of investing that sum until we have a way to pay that back. But since the expense relatively turned out into the low range of 15,000, it's not worth issuing a loan on top of that. But for larger expenses, we will certainly consider it going forward. We're not afraid of that, but we are aware of it and maintain our focus on it. So, an update to this month. So, we are splitting our net worth into taxable accounts, house, and cars, and retirement accounts. So, taxable accounts are basically all the stocks we own, mostly index fund with a couple of tech companies out there. House, it's completely paid for, so this we're using Redfin analysis in order to track our house cost. And retirement accounts are 401ks, HSA, and we have a bunch of unique, more exotic accounts there that we can't really touch, so we're tracking those under retirement accounts. Which brings our total to 2.48 million, which is about 30,000 more than last month. About half of it from W-2 income and half from passive income or not passive stocks and things of that nature. So this is how we track our net worth over time. So this goes back a few months just for easiness of reading it, but it does go along a lot further back. We started around zero at age 30. We are now well into our late 30s and continuing to steadily grow. So we can plan on continuing this trajectory going forward. Thank you, and I'll see you next month for the next update.